Why do I keep showing up? I grew up in a small town just north of here in Finland, in a town called Nummela. My home was 2 blocks from the library, which was this low-ceilinged building in need of renovation. But it did make me a very different person. As a teenager, I realized quite quickly that I was different than most boys. I used to go to the library, take the magazine of the Finnish gay rights organization, put it inside a political weekly, and read it in a corner, constantly surveying the room to make sure that a classmate or a librarian would not catch me in the act. I needed those private moments as, when I was a teenager, gays on TV were absent, tragic, perverts, or ridiculed. It took until I was a 22-year-old university student when Finland finally decriminalized the promotion of homosexuality, or as the law was called, public incitement to fornication with a person of the same sex. I got the right to marry the person I love at the age of 38. I share this with the hope that you understand that for most of my life, institutions haven't fully been on my side. Those experiences have profoundly impacted the way I look at public institutions, public life, and democracy. I'm convinced that it does not take much for my rights to be up for renegotiation. As my friend Jason put it, growing up gay requires you to dare to live your life while always having your bags packed. I'm not alone with experiences of not being seen, misunderstood, or mistreated by public institutions. For me, it was due to sexual orientation, but for many others, it's due to age, illness, or lack of college degree. It might be for being a devout Christian in a secular environment, or a young woman in a construction site. It might be for being exhausted after having slept in a parking garage last night. It might be for pretending to have forgotten your reading glasses to hide the inability to read. Or it might be for being great at your job, but not really knowing how to play with your toddler. We seldom know what other people carry with them to public life, but we carry the consequences together. As the great philosopher RuPaul says, we are all doing drag. I believe that the foundations of democracy are built in regular, positive to neutral experiences with those different from us. Moments like helping someone with a stuck printer, checking if the man who fell on his bike hurt himself, providing instructions to a tourist to the train station, greeting a stranger in an elevator, asking if someone's okay after being harassed on the metro, or even an occasional flirt, is an investment into democracy. Without frequent experiences of recognition and spontaneous care, we lose hope in the noble idea of democracy. Whether you're an Adventist or an atheist, an investment banker or a janitor, in your first or your 8th decade, if I don't share a space with you regularly, we both and we all lose. Bringing all these uses and values and users into limited spaces is not easy. We people are as capable of kindness as we are for disrespect and hate. This is why my approach to public life starts from friction rather than belonging. I want us to be less naive of what it takes to live together with other people, and far more creative and practical on what we actually can achieve. The best way I have found to describe this aspiration is the Spanish word convivencia, meaning coexistence. Convivencia is the state between harmony and conflict, which can easily flip to either direction. It's like a good dance party or dinner with your larger family. It's like gardening in the sense that it takes will and skills. It takes like weeding and fertilization to live with other people. It's caring for each other and experiencing joy, while occasionally stepping on each other's toes, and annoying the hell out of each other. I emphasize friction as I encourage us to start from difference rather than from an often naive idea of community, because one community is always achieved at the cost of exclusion. When we are successful in public life, we experience struggles as well as moments of being part of something so much greater than ourselves. I want libraries to be truly public spaces where you do not need my validation for your interests, and I do not need yours. I show up to develop public spaces where you can explore your interests and know that while things might at times be unpredictable and other people might sometimes alter your plans, there are people who can help you out, that you're going to be okay. The best way I have found this sentiment captured is in the main staircase of Helsinki's Central Library, Oodi. Before the library opened, artist Otto Karvonen asked the public who this library should be dedicated to. He then curated a set of more than 300 identities, which he hand-painted on the railings. As you walk up the stairs to Book Heaven on the 3rd floor, you are reminded that this library is dedicated to uncles, the disappointed, detainees, the guilty, right-wingers, victims of war, Pollyannas, ragamuffins, men, children in foster care, grandchildren, amateurs, skeptics, romantics, sports fans, Afro-Finns, and creeps. That is the library that works also for that closeted gay teenager. That is why I show up. Thank you so much.
Yeah.